Assalamu alaikum, welcome to 9 p.m. English News Edition The Headlines. A tour edition of the treasure hunt with participation from all regions. For international scene diplomacy movies tour, a possible negotiation in Snowbed. Those were the headlines to the national news. The Minister of Energy officially launched on Wednesday, April 23, 2026, a stakeholders consultation workshop dedicated to the National Energy Pact, chaired by His Excellency Mr. Yunus Ali Gedi, Minister of Energy. This workshop marks a key step in the development of strategic roadmap aimed at sustainable transforming the national energy sector. The National Energy Pact aims in particular to achieve a universal access to electricity by 2035 to increase the share of renewable energy in the electricity mix to 100% by 2030, and to significantly reduce the cost of electricity for households and business. In his address on this occasion, the Minister of Energy, Mr. Yunus Ali Gedi, affirmed that the workshop being launched today is part of the consultation related to the national energy shirt of the Republic of Djibouti. He stated that it represents our strategic roadmap for achieving radical transformation in the energy sector and ensuring access to sustainable, reliable, and affordable energy for all citizens. He noted that this shirt is not merely another planning document, but rather the implement of the ambition of the President of the Republic, successful Mengele, and his government to make energy the primary driver of economic diversification, social inclusion, and the strengthening of national solidarity in Djibouti. The State Secretary for Sport organized the third edition of the Treasure Hunt this morning in Alisabi. This sporting and recreation activity brought together young people from all regions of the country, including the capital. Participants from the northern region and Djibouti City arrived earlier this morning by train, while those from the Kil region traveled by road. Upon arrival at the Alisabi train station, the teams were immediately engaged in the first challenge held at the station. This initial activity including a pixel and orientation exercise. The competition then continued at the Kerry Stadium with a series of events and combining physical activities, a skill game, and coordination challenges requiring both endurance and teamwork. The final phase took place in the hills above the city, where a team were challenged to search for a key hidden in the fortification inspired by the Mackinac line located at the top of the hill. This final stage determined the winners. At the end of the competition, the team represented the Artois region emerged victorious by finding the key to the treasure that's winning this third edition. It should be noted that this edition saw the participation of young people from all 5 regions of the country as well as from the capital, marking an increase compared to previous edition. The awarded ceremony was held then on the esplanade of the Alisabi prefecture in the presence of the Secretary of the State for Sport, His Excellency Hassan Mohamed Kamil. On this occasion, the governor of the region, Mr. Abdul Malik Mohammed Bonita, and the president of the regional council, Mr. Sharmaki Hassan Alali, expressed their delight at the participating in this sporting and cultural event, along with the ministers of sport, Mr. Hassan Mohammed Kamil, and civilian and also military official in Ali Sabi. They welcomed all participants from the five interior region as well as from Djibouti city. The official emphasized that this sporting event contributed to strengthening bonds of brotherhood and instilling the values of citizenship among the Djiboutian youth through sporting activities that bring together diverse segments of society. In his speech also on this occasion, the Minister of State in charge of sport, Mr. Hassan Mohammed Kamil, praised the success of this third edition, highlighting the importance of such an initiative in promoting team spirit and national cohesion, and also engaging youth through sports and educational activities. A cultural tour titled The Charm of and Culture of Sichuan in Chowri, the Secretary General of the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mohammed Abdullah Mahyoub, received a cultural delegation from Sichuan Normal University on their first visit to the African continent. The delegation included a group of artists and dancers specialized in various art forms. The Jewish official welcomed the delegation, expressing his appreciation for choosing Djibouti as one of the first stops on their African tour. He emphasized the deep historical ties between the two countries, particularly in the area of educational and cultural cooperation between Djibouti and China. For his part, the head of the Chinese delegation expressed his delight at visiting Djibouti and discovering its rich cultural heritage. He noted that this cultural tour, titled The Charm and Culture of Sichuan, is organized by the Language Cooperation and Exchange Center of the Chinese Ministry of Education and implemented by Sichuan Normal University with the support of the Chinese Embassy in Djibouti. The Secretary General of the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, Mr. Mohammed Abdullah Mahyoub, welcomed this initiative, emphasizing that it reflected the strengthening of a cooperative relation between Djibouti and China, particularly in the field of education and cultural exchange. Then the Regional Director of State Secretariat for Sport and Culture organized a special demonstration of the material art of Fo'o Dao with the joint participation of the Djibouti and Tuchura clubs as part of the initiative aimed at promoting and disseminating material art. This event reflects the growing dynamism of this material art in the region. The Tuchura Club, known for its continuous activity, continued to hold a training session 3 times a week at the sport complex with the goal of employing young people to master the technique of this art. To ensure the quality of training, qualified instructors regularly travel from Djibouti City to provide high-level technical instruction, contributing to the development and improvement of the practitioners' skills. The demonstration was attended by a number of prominent figures, including Mr. Ali Mohammed Gadili, president of the local branch of the People's Rally for Progress Party and head of the village of Faya, as well as Mr. Medina Dembio, regional directorate of the State Secretary for Sport in Tochora. A significant number of parents were also present to support and encourage their children. The audience enjoyed dazzling artistic performance with the Yankee trainees opening the event by showcasing their basic skills before presenting a series of advances in the technique that reflected the high level of training they had received. The customs department in Tochora, in cooperation with the police, seized a large quantity of hashish in the Palho area of the Adara district. Following the operation, the relevant authority immediately proceeded to destroy the seized material in accordance with the applicable legal procedure. The Director General of the Customs, Mr. Jalil Ahmed Yusuf, commended the for and mobilization of the national force in the Tajura region, as well as the efficiency and commitment of strengthening the border security. On for regional scene, Ethiopia Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed reaffirmed his country's commitment to putting its expertise in artificial intelligence and also digital health at the service of the African continent, while calling for strengthened regional cooperation in the face of the technological development. This statement came after a meeting with the Director General of the African CDC during which Ethiopia confirmed to its desire to play a leading role in innovation and digital transformation in Africa. And for international scene, several Arab leaders are participating in the closing of Iran Foreign Minister Abbas Rashid arrived in Islamabad ahead of indirect talks scheduled for Saturday with the US envoys as part of a Pakistani-led mediation effort to receive a dialogue between Tehran and Washington. This diplomatic initiative came amid heightening tension as Islamabad intensified its effort to bridge the gap between the two sides and promoting regional escalation. And now in Gaza, where years of conflict have a powerful profoundly affected children, sport is used as a virtual tool to mitigate trauma and create a more stable living environment. In this context, UNICEF is complementing a 6-week program combining sports and recreational activity aimed at the supporting children's psychological well-being and building their resilience. That's it for this edition. Thanks for attention and wonderful evening.